offer you an opportunity to get a clean slate because a lot of us, and I do say us, had plans for the year and then COVID came. We had a plan to make money. We had a plan to write books. We had a plan to create profits. We had a plan to leave our jobs. And then came COVID. And so, if you're anything like me, COVID stopped you in your tracks because it's something that none of us have seen before. But it's here now. And in a lot of cases, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. So today I want to talk to you about why it's critical that we go ahead and continue to work to generate profits regardless as to COVID, regardless as to Corona. I'm not saying anybody run out there and get sick. I'm saying it's time for us to get a clean slate. It's time for us to go back to the drawing board. And it's time for us to see how we're going to continue to generate revenue. Good morning, Miss Holly Bliss, in spite of COVID. And that's one of the reasons that I'm offering this halftime profit planning session on July 7th. Let that be your Independence Day. Because the truth of the matter, good morning, Ola, is that we were all taken aback by this pandemic. But we can't continue to let that be the reason that we don't accomplish our goals. So I want you to think real quick, what are some of the goals that you had for yourself this year? And go ahead and put those in the chat. Good morning, Regina. And then join us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. bit.ly/red, white, and red, white, green. Because this 4th of July, instead of us focusing on the red, white, and blue, we need to focus on the things that are going to put our profits back into focus. And that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. So number one, letting yourself off the hook, understanding that this pandemic came, but it's the half of the year and it's time for us to start with a clean slate. So whatever did or did not happen January through July, let that be water under the bridge. And let's start over with new focus, new goals, and the same old why. Because we all need to understand that regardless as to this pandemic, our reasons for building a business haven't changed. Our reason for generating profits hasn't changed. We still got bills to pay. Good morning, Monique. Great seeing you guys in class last night. If you guys could share the broadcast, that would be amazing. We still got dreams to accomplish. We've still got jobs to leave. And we've still got money to make. Good morning, Cherie. And regardless as to what's going on in the world, some of those things are not going to change. Good morning, Tracy. And so it is up to us to reset the clock. And let's treat this like this is January 1st and not July 1st. And let's come out of the cave with the same excitement, with the same exhilaration that we have on New Year's. Matter of fact, this weekend, I want to throw a New Year's party because it is a new half a year. And so let me give you some tips on how you need to profit after the pandemic. Good morning, Naisa. Number one, forgive yourself for not getting wherever you thought you would be by now. Can I get an amen? You got to forgive yourself. Nobody could have anticipated. Nobody could have forecasted. Nobody. But nobody could have even dreamt that we would be 6 months, 7 months into a pandemic by now. And that changed everything. It changed what events we had scheduled. It changed what things we were gonna do, and everybody had to go back to the drawing board to revamp, reimagine, and rebrand their businesses. And in a lot of cases, a lot of businesses didn't make it, and some businesses won't make it. But thank God we're still here. And if we're still here, we owe it to our businesses to continue to persevere. So number one, give yourself a clean slate. Forgive yourself. This is not your doing. Things happen, and unfortunately, this is something we couldn't control. And in business, there are going to be things that are outside of your control. So here's the question. Do you wait until 2021 to come out swinging, or do you come out swinging now? Somebody tell me in the chat. Do you wait until next year to come out swinging, or do you come out swinging now? And my suggestion is you come out swinging now. So 7-7 for you guys that know the power of my workshops. You know you're going to walk out of my workshop on July 7th with a plan to generate profits now. And you owe your business, that's number two, you owe your business the opportunity to get a plan on paper. Good morning, Danielle. Great seeing you in class last night. You owe it to your business. We're going to sit down on July 7th at 7 p.m. That's a Tuesday. We're going to sit down at 7 p.m. and we're going to get a do-over. How many of y'all need a do-over? Because I do. It took me, and I am very adaptive. I'm very creative. I'm quick on my feet. But baby, COVID did a number on me too. I was so busy ducking the Rona. Y'all don't hear me this morning. I was so busy ducking the Rona that I couldn't even think about my business for a minute. I was so busy worried about who been where and who they been around. And Lord knows I don't want to get sick. For the first, I'm going to say from March until May, I was so stuck on the news. How many of y'all was stuck on the news? Say me. I was so stuck on the death rate and the different, man, I was stuck. And so the laser focus that I would normally have on my business was there, baby, worried about toilet paper. Hello. Baby, I spent more time ordering groceries is I'm going to have enough chicken. I'm just being honest, guys. I'm just being honest. So if you thought you was by yourself being distracted, you was not the only one. Baby. And so once I broke free of the news, I said, now what? Now what? Baby, we were so busy chasing toilet paper, sanitizer, and bleach. Hello? I know I wasn't the only one. And so I stopped being a business person and started being a product hoarder. Baby, if I wasn't ordering freezers, I was ordering the groceries to put them in it. I just knew I was going to be the only one on my block with a pack of chicken. And so once I got over the fact that, okay, we're going to make it. Oh, sorry to hear that, Tracy. We're going to make it. We're going to be okay. And I looked up and my business was nowhere near where it should have been this year. Has anybody realized that? Have you stopped to realize if this was any other year, I'd be way much further ahead. If this was any other year, I would have done way. Have you stopped to realize that the majority of your business activities have really been put on hold behind toilet paper and chicken legs? I did. So I said, I know if I need to reset, everybody needs to reset. This is my 8th annual profit planning session. I normally do it in January. In January for 8 years, I've done a profit planning session. But guess what? I didn't do one this year. By the time I planned to do it, I looked up and it was June. And so bit.ly/red, white, and green. If you need a do-over, if you need laser focus, if you need a plan to be able to put your profits in the chokehold. And if you haven't shared this broadcast, share this broadcast, because I know I'm not the only one. And it's okay. It's okay when a worldwide pandemic knocks you off your feet. It's okay that you've spent the last 6 months chasing toilet paper and sanitizer. It is okay that you're really scrambling to get your footing, because I am. So let's come together next Tuesday and get us a plan on paper. Some of us need some new ideas. Sometimes you gotta have a new idea for an old dream. Because see, my why hasn't changed. My why to be able to financially free my family, that hasn't changed. To be able to buy a new house, that hasn't changed. To be able to upgrade my retirement, that hasn't changed. To be able to speed up my retirement, my whys haven't changed. And so even though the world is changing, even though we're still in the middle of a pandemic, we're going to have to learn to walk our way through this thing. And because we're in the middle of a pandemic, I normally charge $199 for this session. It's only $39. Can somebody say thank you, Coach? Because I know how many people need it. And I didn't want to leave anybody out because they couldn't afford it. At $39, everybody should be there. Why? Because it's time to reset. It's time to reclaim 2020. It's time for us to do something a little bit different. It's time for us to make our current situation part of our situation. We can't sit by and starve while we wait on the pandemic to go away. We can't sit by and wish that things were different. If we don't do something different, then nothing different happens. I had a plan, and then the pandemic hit. And it changed Miss Holly Bless said, I lost my drive because of this. It's time for us to get our drive back. You're not the only one, baby. I had to go deep, 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 deep. Did I say deep? I had to go deep into my bag of motivation and really think about what this next half of the year needs to look like. And why I even do this in the first place. And I do this for you. I do it for myself, but I do this for you can understand that there are no limits to your earnings, that there's no limits to your greatness. I had to have a talk with myself. And I said to myself, self, now listen, self, you beat more than this. And that's why sometimes you got to come together so you understand that you're not the only person that felt stuck. Regina said, I felt stuck. I did too. But when I saw July 1st coming, I said, you know what I'm going to do July 1st? I'm going to go to my people and I'm going to say, we about to do something different. We're not going to sit around and wait on COVID to leave. We're not going to sit around and wish COVID would have never came. The Bible says all things are working for the good of those that love the Lord. So we got to go out here and find the good. Sharita said, this is so helpful to feel like I'm not alone, and you're not. Can I tell y'all something real quick? And again, if you haven't shared the broadcast, share the broadcast, because so many women, so many business owners need to hear this. So we have to realize that even though we're business owners, guess what? First and foremost, we're children of the Most High. Secondly, we're moms, we're wives. Some of us third, we employees. So for 6 months, we've had to juggle our family's fears about running out of toilet paper. Thank you, Regina, for sharing. About making sure we got enough food for everybody. Is everybody safe? Monitoring everybody's comings and goings. Making sure our children are making good decisions. For 6 months, I've been everything but a business owner. The business took the back seat. And so now it's time for us to get that business off of the back seat and go do what we need to do. And Ola said, I felt lost. Absolutely, but everybody did. And if anybody, let me put it in perspective for you. If major brands like Starbucks was running out of coffee, if major brands like Burger King was running out of hamburger patties, if major brands didn't know how to respond, my bank is Chase. The bank was closed. I was a vice president at JP Morgan Chase. I don't remember Chase ever closing their call center. So you got multi-billion-dollar brands that don't know what to do. So forgive yourself for being a little bit lost, but it's time to bring it back. It's time to get back on track. Wherever you are with Corona in your part of the world, it's said, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So that doesn't mean we just have to deal with it. That means we need to do something differently. Thank you, Berlin, for starting a watch party. So there are profits after Corona. Number one, if you need to change your business model, that may be what you need to do. But you need to give yourself a clean slate. And we cannot go into the second half of the year without a plan on paper. bit.ly/red, white, green. Because this 4th of July is not about red, white, and blue. It's about red, white, and getting your green back in order. Accomplishing the goals you set out to accomplish in January. Putting your profits on paper and putting your ideas on paper and putting your plan on paper so that when you walk away from this profit planning session, you can be laser focused on this next 6 months. The beautiful thing is we still got time. We still got time to make money. We're in the midst of the greatest wealth transfer that we're probably going to see in this lifetime. It is situations like this that creates millionaires. It is opportunities like this where people come out on the better end of the stick, as long as we stay committed to our why, as long as we stay committed to the journey, as long as we stay committed to learning and revamping and doing something different. Because that's what this is about. A whole different way of living, but it doesn't mean we need to live broke. Can I get an amen? It doesn't mean we need to struggle. It doesn't mean that we just sit and watch and wait. What it means is we get a new plan. What it means is we come out swinging. What it means is the same way we fight for everything else. We fight for our kids. Anybody ever had a child that was bullied in school? Any of y'all ever had a child that was bullied in school and you want to show up at the school and beat up everybody, including the principal. Anybody ever had a child that was bullied at school and you felt like going to the school and fighting that other child, even though you know it's wrong? You know it's wrong for an adult to put their hands on another child, but you can't stand for your child to be hurt. And so you want to show up at the school and borderline go to jail for putting your hands on somebody else's child. That's the way we need to fight right now. Or back when you was little and somebody said your mama. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that back when you was little and somebody said your mama? And baby, them was fighting words. Baby, you better not say nothing about my mama. I'm taking off on site. You hear me? When I say on site, I mean as soon as them playground doors open, come on now, it's about to be on and popping. I'm being honest. I'm being brutally honest. This is the fight of our lifetime right now. Yeah. When the going gets tough, the tough absolutely have to get going. So that's why I've been going live at 5:30 in the morning, because I want you to have expectations. I want you to start expecting blessings during your day. I want you to start your day with a bolo for your money, being on the lookout for opportunities, being on the lookout for blessings. Open your eyes when you ask the Lord to bless you. Oh, don't close your, don't blink. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, don't blink. When you ask the Lord to bless you, I want you to keep your eyes so open. I want you to keep your hand out. I want you to not even blink. You looking so hard for your blessings. But that means you have to have an expectation and you got to have a plan, because faith without works is a dead thing. So bit.ly/red-white-green next Tuesday, July 7th at 7 p.m. It's going to be an amazing profit planning, emotional healing, motivational, get your butt back in gear. Let's go get this second half of the year type of session. Don't wait. Don't wait until the session is over and we go live and everybody talks about how good it was. Don't wait until the session is over and you start seeing people saying, man, this profit planning class is crazy. Man, this profit planning, man, I went to this profit, but we've done it 8 years in a row for a reason. It's the jump off, because it's time for us to do something different. We owe ourselves a clean slate. Nobody expected COVID. We owe ourselves an opportunity to sit and think and get us a new plan on paper, because sometimes you got to have a new plan for an old dream. We owe it to ourselves to not keep and stay caught up in what was or what could have been. God had a reason. So part of our ability to be able to move on is acceptance. Accepting that this happened for a reason, but what I'm going to do now to get my bread? This happened for a reason, but we can't. Okay, so it's July. COVID came. Now what? That's what I want you to ask yourself. COVID came. It disrupted my family flow. It disrupted my business. It disrupted my mindset. It disrupted my money. But now what? And it's time for us to do something totally different. And the blessed thing is we still have an opportunity to change our trajectory for 2020. We've still got an opportunity to go out there and earn some money. We've still got an opportunity to go out there and shift our business. We got to give ourselves a clean slate, and we've got to come up with a plan on paper. bit.ly/red, white, green, July 7th at 7 p.m. That's right, Miss Holly Bless. And I'm going to help you get back on your grind. We've been in this house eating COVID snacks. It's not too late. It's not too late at all. And guess what? It's still here. If we was waiting on it to go away, it hasn't. If we were waiting on things to get better, they'll get better, then they'll get worse. All the while, somebody look at your neighbor and say, I still got bills. See, because at first when COVID came, everybody was very understanding. When COVID first came, everybody was very understanding. Yeah, you don't have to pay your car note. Yeah, you don't have to pay your mortgages. Oh, yeah, you ain't got to pay your letter bill. You don't have to pay your water bill. Oh, everybody was very understanding. Baby, about 2 or 3 months in, 1st of June, people said, open up these states. We don't care who getting sick because we need our money. They started putting people out their apartments. The moratorium on mortgages was over with. And basically people was like, now what? Yeah, they ain't as understanding no more. So guess what you have to do? You have to get out there and create this revenue. I taught my class last night that the most powerful lesson that you could ever get is a lesson in making money with your own two hands. During this profit planning session, I'm going to show you your potential for generating revenue. None of us should have less than. All of us should have more than enough to take care of our families, to live our hopes and dreams, to pursue our aspirations. They say the class last night was fire. I already know. So it's time for us to do something different. Monique said, I'm registered and ready. Let me tell you something about a pension for action. And I'm going to get out of here this morning. Do I got any millionaires in the house this morning? If you're a future millionaire or you're anticipating millionaire status in this lifetime, go ahead and comment me, because I want to tell you something about your precursors, right? And how different people are predestined for things based on their action. So good morning. Do I have any future millionaires in the house? Miss Nita said me. Regina said me. Ebony said in the making. I know that's right. Naisa said me. Millionaires take instant action. They know what they need. And when they see it, they get it. Millionaires take instant action. If you know you need to reset because of COVID, go to bit.ly/red, white, green and register. If you know you don't have a profit plan on paper for the second half of the year, go to bit.ly/red, white, green and register. If you know you need a do-over, somebody look at your neighbor and say do-over. If you know you need a do-over because COVID knocked the wind out of your sails, go to bit.ly/red, white, green and register. Don't keep delaying on the things you know you need. If you have prayed to God, look, COVID came, it threw me off. Lord, I need to get back. Some of y'all know you haven't been motivated the right way, marketing the right way. You know your profits are off. So you prayed, Lord, I need some focus. I need to get back laser focused on my business. I need to get back laser focused on my earning potential. I need to get back laser focused on my why. Why did I build this business in the first place? So for those of you who need to get it, girl, Miss Holly, bless you, gonna make me run around here this morning. Because when I stop, my money stops. People always ask me, Coach, what's the key to 7 figures? What's the key to making over 7 figures a year? And there's a lot of keys. There's a lot of them. It's a lot of stuff you got to do. And I teach my clients that. But the one thing, and we talked about major brands last night in class, multi-million and multi-billion dollar businesses and brands. But the one thing that is synonymous with any brand that makes a bunch of money is that they can't stop, won't stop. How many brands did you see sit down during the COVID? Come on now. Even if they had to close their doors, they kept going. Even if they had to lay people off, they kept going. Even if they had to move their entire presence online, they kept going. They had to send people home, but they kept going. Because when they stop, come on, Miss Holly Bless, they money stop. And big brands understand that, and we don't understand that. When you start treating your business like a corporation, what you're going to understand is, yes, things are going to happen, but you can't stop because they happen. Because when we stop, our money stops. So it's time for us to restart the engine. And if you can't make it live on July 7th at 7 p.m., you're going to get the replay. But everybody under the sound of my voice needs to go register, and go register now for our 8th annual profit planning session, so that you can kick this second half of the year off with a bang. We behind, but that's okay. Because sometimes that extra stress of being behind, that extra weight of being behind, is exactly what we need to get that next level of motivation. It's exactly what we need to go back to the drawing board. Sometimes it's exactly what we need to propel us to the next level. Sometimes we had gotten comfortable. I had gotten comfortable in my business till COVID came. And so now I have a renewed purpose. The link to the profit planning session is bit.ly/red-white-green. Oh, I didn't even tell you this part. And everybody that registers for the profit planning session is going to get a free copy of my 100 Ways to Make Money, which is a amazing refresher about you ain't never got to starve. You ain't never got to not have. You don't ever have to struggle, because somewhere there's always an opportunity for you to generate revenue. Somewhere there's always a way for you to make money. And sometimes we forget. So for those of you who forget occasionally, I'm going to give you a copy of my 100 Ways to Make Money. Go to bit.ly/red-white-green. You get all of that for only $39. It's reset time, y'all. It's time to reset. We got to let COVID do what it do. I'm praying for everybody, and I'm staying indoors. But I don't have to just sit here and let my business not be as profitable as it can be because of a virus. All right, y'all. I love you. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning again at 5:30-ish. This is the money report, y'all. This is the money report. It's time for us to get it. It's bit.ly/red, white, green. No punctuation. bit.ly/red, white, and green. All right. Love you guys. And I'll see you in the profit planning session on the 7th. Do what you need to do to get there. Love you guys.